Bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the Bum Wine Crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob, waiting for an all-new edition of But with Bobcat on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel and on all your favorite podcast apps, where we bring you the best of the worst in cheap booze, the bottom shelf, bum wine, beers, 40s, malt liquor, all the good stuff you grew up on, we cover here on the podcast. So make sure to smash that subscribe button and tell your friends to check us out and help spread the word as we are creeping slowly to that 1,000 subscriber mark. One day we'll get there, and we will have a special extravaganza planned. And if you want to see us cover something special for episode subscriber 1,000, I should say, let us know, because this guy here already took care of the Manischewitz challenge. But he is here, Mr. Malt Liquor himself. Roadhouse is here. Roadhouse, man, how you doing?
Hey, Bob, I'm doing fine, man.
Yeah, we had a little peek behind the curtain here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulties here with my microphone. Roadhouse is getting set up, and I'm like, oh no, man, he's screwing everything up. I'm sitting here, I'm talking into the mic. I'm like, oh, it looks good to me. So we had to call an audible. I feel like I'm on the sidelines of the NFL games now, coaching with the old headset on here. So we will make do. We'll get to the bottom. We'll get the tech team on it to get everything squared away for
Any
the
reason,
next
it
show.
gives us another reason to drink tonight.
I know. We're all flustered here. It's a lot of action here because we got big stuff going on today. We got big drinks. We got big guests here that are going to be joining us here today, and we're trying out something a little bit different. Well, something new for me, because we are welcoming a guest onto the show today. He's been sitting here in the green room watching us doofuses here trying to figure out our mics working, not working, sound, audio, all the shit that goes into a podcast. But let's not make him wait anymore. You might know him from the Dude Network. He's always out there drinking, eating, cooking, really finding the best bang for the buck when it comes to food choices these days, and a whole lot more. We'll cover it all with him, but we got to get some drinks flowing as we welcome in Tony. Is here from the Dude Network. Tony, man, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are we doing? Thank you for that.
Yeah,
awesome introduction. It's always nice to be on the receiving end. You know, when you do as many shows as we do, I'm always the one doing the intro, so it's always kind of somebody else's.
I know it is. It's nice when you get to sit back and you join somebody else's show, and you're just like, okay, I'll just sit here. I'm just here to drink.
Yeah, you guys are having like technical difficulties, and I was like, oh no,
he's like freaking amateurs.
I know, just like, I'm just gonna sip my drink here. I'm cool, man. I'll be doing the same thing. If I wasn't sitting with you guys here drinking, I'd be drinking myself anyway. So what's the difference if I'm sitting here watching these guys saying, hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? But hey, Tony, man, this has been a long time in the works, but we finally made it happen here to have you on.
I'm so happy about that too.
On the show. And it actually kind of works out to our advantage this time, because we were going to have you on here about a month or so ago, and we know that you like to drink a certain beverage, your beer of choice over there. And at the time, that said beer was not in the state of New Jersey. So I could not find it then. But luckily, the gods have graced us with this, and the stars aligned today for us to get together, because I see, is that the shirt you got on there too?
Yeah, he does.
He's out there, he's promoting. He knows. I know we're out here promoting the the Four Loko sponsorship on the hats.
Yeah. All respect.
But
I'm red and black
here, and it came across these guys here, the garage beer. There it is, right there. So I figured, what better time to finally crack, because Roadhouse has tried the garage beer before.
Yeah.
But I have yet to try them. So I'm popping my garage beer cherry here with you, Tony. So you should feel honored and privileged.
Anytime I can pop a cherry, I'm all in because I've been married for a while. I don't get to do that very often.
Yeah.
Them days are over. So yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back.
I know. And these are kind of like the hot beers these days that they get all the promotion. You know, you got the Kelsey brothers out there promoting the shit out of these beers. So figured,
and that's all crazy because that all happened after we were kind of all in on the garage beers. So it's been a wild thing to just watch unfold. If I can be honest.
Yeah. It took a turn for a while. I mean, it's been a couple years these have
no,
been out?
like, dude, it's not even like a year.
Not really. It seems a lot longer. I was going to say
maybe like a year and a half, like a year and a half max, man. Like,
well, maybe that'll help get it pushed out further because it was a long time before I was able to even find it.
Yeah, it was. Luckily, they're out of Ohio, and I live in Ohio, so you know we kind of got. They opened up with some pretty good distribution networks right off the rip. And that's how I kind of felt like they had some connections or some kind of pull or something. But yeah, then one thing led to another, and then they went viral with some other people drinking, you know, and it just became like this hot topic. But I think the big kick out of it is like a non-corporate light beer. You know, it's just a 4% all-day drinking beer. One you can just, and we had him on the show, and he was like, "Look, man, we wanted a beer that was like not. I don't want to drink 6 beers. I wanted to drink 15." That's what he said. He goes, I want to start at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. My boys watching football, drink a 12-pack, and still be good to go. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why they wanted one. So yeah, hell yeah.
So
yeah, we're all day drinkers over here too.
Yeah, exactly. So why not get drinking here? Now, yeah, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So you gotta.
I always say it's never too early if you don't stop. So.
Yeah,
that's right. I went out just a little bit ago to pick some up and grab some dinner. Unfortunately, they were sold out when I went to go get it. So I picked up some local beer to go with my theme for the week. This is Against the Grain, and it is Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ooh, it's a rye. It's a rye beer?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had a rye
beer.
So
it says rye beer aged in bourbon barrels.
Oh,
so I've never had it, and I have no idea what I'm about to get into. But I also found this today.
Oh, well, Lipton hard iced teas.
The citrus green tea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to crack that a little later.
Get the grab bag of goodies there.
Oh man, that is an awesome combo.
So I'm going to really go for this first. I didn't want to ruin.
Yeah. Get that right. You want to get your.
Dude, that's a filet mignon beer. What's the percentage on that? Normally those bourbon barrels are like 13-14%.
This is 1 pint and it is 8.6.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Okay,
8.6%.
Not too.
I mean, it's up there, but yeah.
Yeah,
there's a beer
compared to a 4%, you're doubling that. ABV there now.
I consider beers like this like a treat. Like I'll drink 10 of those and just 1 or 2 of these. You know.
Yeah, you have to plan accordingly for what you're doing. Yeah, you're not going down. You're not drinking 15 of those. Yeah. If you're having a day where you're just having a couple.
Yeah, come in a 4-pack for a reason. Proceed with caution. They are 16-ounce though, so that is a 6-pack.
Yeah,
they are.
Get the bonus.
But it's not something I would buy all the time because being bum wine, we're usually on the budget level of drinking, and this one was like $12.99 a 4-pack.
Ooh, yeah, that's the price. Every time
you get that's a little steep for Old Roadhouse.
I know you get up there with those pricing; it's always up there, especially for the 4-pack. That's why even with the 12-pack pricing of the garage beer wasn't not too bad. I mean, it's what you can expect to pay for a 12-pack of a non-corporate beer.
It's the 24 packs are a lot cheaper. It's $23.99, so it's $1 a beer for the 24 packs.
Okay. Yeah. What was it here? Let me see. I took the picture of the thing here. Yes, it's
Just
$15.99 for the
Okay.
for the 12 pack.
Oh, they're gouging you that extra $1 in Jersey. Don't
Yeah.
No,
you?
it is. It is.
There
We
might
do
be
get it.
some extra taxis
I
out
think
there.
there is. They always get us here with the
Oh,
prices.
yeah,
cheap on
they
the
Jersey, they
Jersey.
get you coming and going.
Yeah, if
out
I go
there,
to
man.
if I go over to PA to get beer, that's like dirt cheap over there. I go
Oh,
to
really?
like
Yeah, but you have to go to a state store, man. Pennsylvania's rules suck.
yeah,
too.
I go to like the beer zoo or like the beer warehouse where they have like all
If
the
you
stuff
go
there.
now, I will say the warehouses are sick though when you get there because they got everything and
Oh
it's
yeah.
in mass quantity.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
just there in
It's like
pallets.
30 packs of everything, and they got
Yeah.
the cases of like the 24-ounce cans, and it's like $15, and you're like, oh shit, let me just load it all up here. So
Sure.
all right,
Gives
so
you
let's
incentives to stock
I
up.
know. So all right, I'm ready. I'm gonna dive into this
Yeah,
garage
I'm
beer
excited
here
to hear. Yeah,
and
cheers.
see. All
I
right,
got something else I'll get here after these drink. Something different.
all right.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, I guess I could have stopped, but I was already drinking.
Don't stop on our accord here.
No.
I wasn't.
You know,
I'm
usually
sorry.
we get started beforehand, then we drink again, and
Even
there's
if
more
you told me
beers.
don't, I would have had a hard time not because I just suck at rules and I just forget.
Hey, that's
College
hey,
was
that's
was a wonderful time, man.
Hey, we like your type.
All right, yeah, I like you guys too. I like that Roadhouse is a homesteader. I found that out. That was cool.
Bob is too. That's a good color.
Yeah,
oh man, look at that, a chalice.
It borders like a porter.
It's got some. I bet that rye is going to have an interesting bite to it.
Hey, listen, I like it. I really. And I was telling Bob earlier today that I had a couple pulls. I've got some Old Forester rye whiskey.
That's a good rye.
Proof.
That's a good rye.
And I love rye whiskey. And then I was like, oh crap, we're doing that podcast tonight.
Yeah, I sent him the picture, and he's like, shit, I forgot about this. Let me see if I can go into town and pick some up quick because I know. Ooh, there we go. There, get that.
Yeah,
that first one out really quick. And Roadhouse was debating on picking up the lime variety of the garage beers.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I wanted to grab that because I hadn't seen it or hadn't tried it. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find it. I went to 2 places and I'm like, shit, I'm running out of time. I gotta get home.
Hey, popular item out there.
I guess. Fuck, I don't know why. I'm in the smallest town in Kentucky.
Hey, maybe they love the garage beers.
I might have to ask you to fact check that one because that's quite a claim.
I know.
That's quite a claim.
Yeah,
I've driven through Kentucky. I lived in West Virginia for 9 years, so yeah, I get it. Yeah, there's some towns, there's establishments.
I think we have 4, maybe 5 stoplights in the county.
The whole town. Okay.
Yeah.
We had a blinking red light until it went out.
Yeah.
And then they put in a solar powered stop sign that would blank all the time. And that was our light. Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all you need. That's it.
Big time. Big time when the town of Baltic got a solar stop sign. I mean, that was big. That's big news.
Like, man, look at us. We're like in the future now. We got a solar powered stop sign. Wow.
Yeah. See, like everywhere. I've lived in Myrtle Beach for 1.5 years, but every other year of my life, I have lived in communities that are 10 years behind, and I love it.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's just my style of life that I go for. Just chill. If I want the city life, I'll go experience it for a long weekend. That's about all it's going to take for me to realize, I'm going to go home now.
Yeah, you don't want it.
I'm going home. Yeah, and shout out there. And, in the city, people think the same thing. When they go out to the country, they're just like, well, where do you get stuff? And they're just like, nah.
What do I do here? Nothing. This right here. This is what you do.
Yeah,
you hang out and
you go hunt, you kill things, you go fish,
yeah,
you eat that
you
too.
work around on your land, and
you put her in the garden, and So you're both homesteaders?
Yeah.
I mean, but or like an attempted version of it, or like as much as you can be. But if you wanted to go full throttle, you could.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
the
Okay.
plan to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like I know how to can, like I like to can tomatoes every year and make a
Yeah.
couple big batches of sauce and do that and stuff. So yeah, I'm with you guys. Like I know how to if I have to, and I like to keep the skills
Yeah,
sharp.
if you
But yeah,
if you needed
I'm
to.
going to
Yeah,
start
to an
dabbling in
extent.
fermenting foods.
like I got a copper still out there. We can make our own booze easy. Like
Yeah.
like
I
I'm a
tried
allegedly it's not in use, so don't come at me.
it.
Good luck
You
finding a
can up
cap
to a
for it.
certain point.
Good luck
a certain
finding a cap to
volume.
make it complete. So yeah. But um I even kind of joke around. I was like, I hunt, I fish, I know how to clean deer, clean fish, smoke meat, garden, raise, make my own booze. I was like, if shit goes down, I was like, I am a catch. I am a catch.
Sure.
They're
You got it
protecting me.
covered over there.
I
You're
am not.
set.
Me and my family are not on the front lines. You got to protect Tony. You got to protect Tony. He's our everything. He's our civil engineer back there of life.
The jack of all trades. He's like the
Yeah.
the man taking care of everything in the
Well, when you
background.
run that's what happens that's how the Dude Network even really came. I had so many interests. Like I didn't want to be just a food guy. Like I was like, I like to fish. I like to do so much more than that. I was like,
Dude
Dude
stuff.
Network. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, everything. I was like, everything, dude. I was like, there we go. So
Yep.
And here we are.
So I just laid out this week, set up and laid out, marked, and get ready to start building a greenhouse. I poured a concrete pad,
that's
4x4 concrete pad to build a smokehouse.
Nice.
So that's all set to go. I raised chickens and meat rabbits.
Okay.
So Bob's got more chickens than I do. I'm getting
but I
into
don't
rabbits.
have, but that's to my extent of animals at least.
Yeah.
There's chickens in my area here.
Well, we live in a cul-de-sac, and there's nothing they can say we can't have chickens. But I feel like our neighbors already hate us for our lifestyle enough. So I told my wife, I was like, I just don't want it. It's just, I said, we know 6 people that raise chickens and sell us a dozen of eggs for $2. And I was like, I was like, I think that's just the play right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and plus, I was like, you love flowers. From what I hear, flowers are not allowed to be had when you have chickens. So they're called velociraptors. Johnsy calls them velociraptors. Co-host John.
Yeah. If they're roaming around, then it's all gonna be.
Yeah, I call them landlocked buzzards. Yeah, I call them landlocked buzzards.
But yeah, like I said, but if things ever went down, I would totally
Right.
have chickens in a heartbeat. Yep, a lot of them. I'd have. Yeah, shit, wouldn't be enough.
Ooh, so this
that's why I kind of lean towards the rabbits because of the turnover's faster.
Yeah, super fast. What are you thinking there, Bob?
No, I was saying I got through the one can of the garage beer quick. I mean, that's
smooth, isn't it? Smooth.
Oh,
smooth.
Yeah,
I mean, just like it says, garage beer is light, refreshing, and made with the highest quality ingredients. That's it. Keep it light. Cheers. So, no complaints here. I mean, this is a solid.
It's only got it's only got 4 carbs in it. Busch Light's got 7 or 9, so it's even 4, like, and I think Mick Ultra's 3, so it's like for the low carb drinkers, like it's right there too.
Yeah, the low calorie, low carb beer. Yeah, I mean that's smooth. I mean, that's just like I said. It's the beer.
I think it's like 4. It's 4 ingredients. I think we said there's like 4 ingredients. That's all it is. It's like the simplest way to go about it.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Under 1 gram protein, 0.0 grams of fat. I like this. The thing is, open this end and crush to recycle. So just in case you didn't know where to open the can. Up top, you do it up there. But
I just like how it says on the top, like beer flavored beer.
Yeah, and that's and that's all people really want, and I think that's probably why they came up with this, was because of the rush on craft beers over the past 10 years or so, where craft beers have really taken off. And like Roadhouse has, he's got the craft beer over there now.
Yeah.
But there's a billion of them. There's craft beers all over the place. You never know what
and
the
we're
hell
still
it
hearing
is.
things new, like a rye bourbon barrel finish.
Like they keep coming up with this stuff. You're like, who thinks of this? and everything.
Kentucky
And
Fried Chicken.
but it's like growing up, all you wanted to do was just drink a beer. And if it was just like a Miller Lite or a Bud or something like that, just a basic beer, like right here, man. I got some Miller Lite, empties down here. It's just like I just want a beer that tastes like a beer. I don't need some fancy vanilla stout coffee beer. Uh, when you want to drink beer, you're like you said, you want to drink 15 of
Yeah, I
beer
mean,
flavored beers.
I want to start at noon and not make a bad choice. Like these, like when you're drinking a light beer too, you can feel yourself like starting to get hit with it. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
When you're drinking the hard stuff, when you're feeling that, there's still more waiting to hit. Like
Yeah.
with the 4%, like
Mhm.
you got time still to dial it back and like, all right,
Yeah.
we're gonna survive.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna
You
be
want to
that guy at a Diddy freak party. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna dial it back. Too soon?
no.
Dude, I watched an attorney general thing today, and the fact they even referenced freak parties in an attorney
Mhm.
general announcement was wild.
You want to get that perfect amount of buzz just to keep you
Sure.
cruising
Carry it.
along.
Carry
And
it.
that's it. Like especially on all day, you're smoking something, you're just hanging out. It's Sunday. You're watching football. You're like, look, I'm not looking to get like trash. I'm not looking to start, destroying things in my house. I just want to relax, get a good buzz, and have fun. That's it. And stuff like this here is what you'll drink a bunch of all
Yep.
day, and not hate yourself by like 9 o'clock at night. You're like okay, I'm good. I had a good day. I can go to bed, get up Monday, and not have a terrible hangover.
Well, I got a question because you brought up the fact that, it's good for an all day drink and while you're cooking. I just want to know, am I the only one that either cooks in time? I don't have a clock on me or watch, but I cook and time myself by beer or country songs. I mean, I'll slow cook or cooking hamburgers or hot dog, or if it's chicken breast or if it's pork loin. I know how many beers I can drink in a time, or how
It's done.
many Waylon Jennings songs it takes to be time to flip. You know, am I the only one that does that, or is that because my
I'm
wife
gonna.
makes fun of me?
You're the only one I know that does that. I won't
Yeah,
say
I
the
haven't
only
done it.
one,
Yeah, I haven't done it
but
personally, but I can see why. I feel
I
like
will.
okay, if
I'm
I
around
drink
a lot
3
of
beers,
barbecue guys, and that's the first time I've heard the Waylon Jennings method.
Yeah, because the average song is three to 4 minutes on a classic. And so if you're cooking, if I had cooking my steak with like 10 briquettes, the temperature is about 250 to 275, 300 ish. And that's about 4 minutes aside to get my good medium rare. It's just science.
I mean, if it works, it works, though, man.
hey,
Like
yeah,
seriously,
exactly.
like
Hey, Roadhouse,
yeah.
you
I
do
mean,
you,
I'm
man.
not.
I
I
ex-
commend the creativity of it. I really do.
I experiment and fine tuned my briquette count for temperature count.
Years and years of practice here to get
Yeah.
you to that point. So that takes skill, my friend.
And I
It's
showed
not.
Bob last year. I tried the the charcoal snake, if you ever heard of that. So I got a round Weber grill, the $50 one,
Oh yes. Yes.
and I stack all my briquettes up two
Like a
by
domino.
two all the way around the outside edge. And then I put one row laying flat across it. When you smoke meat, it only counts in the first hour or two, the smoke really getting into the meat. After that, it's just smoke. From there, you just need constant heat. I start my charcoals. I put about 4 at the beginning of the snake, and you can count every 2 to 3 inches, 1 hour of cook time as that snake rotates around the grill. So you can slow cook all day and count on a constant 275 all day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have heard of that. Yeah, I've never done it, but yeah, I have heard of it. Yeah.
I did that. Plenty of briskets that way, and I did a beer can chicken.
Okay.
Very slow and low like that. It worked out real well.
I use the lump charcoal, the stuff that's like
Yeah. Or
that's got the big old chunks, and that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
When you like shut off and you smother it out, it burns. Even on, I don't have a Weber, I just have a cheapo, but yeah, it'll burn for hours, man. And I'll even do like a whole brisket on like I have like a big green egg knockoff because I am the prince of the poors. I don't buy name brand anything. So just like a little bit of that on one side, yeah, and I can do like 2 pork butts on the offset, kind of like on the offset side of it. And yeah, man, it's crazy how much you can do with just a little bit of charcoal that people just, yeah, like you said,
That's
you
great.
can do a lot with it. Yeah, the snake's awesome. That takes skill. That's the next level move.
I,
Not saying that I'm surprised. You look very capable. But.
Don't underestimate.
I was like, I don't want to like come out. Sometimes my wife says I come across as an asshole, and I'm always just trying to be the most uplifting person ever, and it always
no.
She tells me that. Then she says,
I want to run in the other room and get my glasses because I want to be able to read this can. There's a lot of literature on it.
Get ready for. I was gonna say, get ready for story time here as Roadhouse goes to grab his glasses here. Well, we are sipping on these garage beers here, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not saying surprised, but
until
you never know. I was assuming with how much I see you, Tony, enjoying these. Yeah, until you try it for yourself, you never know how it's really going to turn out. And this tastes just like the regular light beer, and we'll get the job done, no problem.
It's also really cool how they like make it. There's a lot of microbreweries, and there's some they use that like aren't like microbreweries like BrewDog. They always have like open vats and stuff like that. So what they'll do is if they have like a canning facility there, they'll rent out like a vat, and that brewery will then get paid to make the garage beer. So they actually like redistribute all the orders back through small microbreweries and other breweries that aren't corporate like that, and give them the business to help make the product. So it's actually like really cool how they do that.
Yeah, and it's like they're helping out other smaller breweries and companies in the whole process of them making their own beer. It's like, oh, well, we'll use yours and go along that way with it.
Yeah. So that way they don't have to have like 60. I think there's only like 4 people that run garage beer as big as it is, like 4 or 5. Like, I mean, I know they have like helping hands and but a lot of their social media, they don't really have a social media team. They just use a lot of social media presence to build the brand. So yeah, it's worked out. Like I said, it's been pretty crazy to watch, really.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I thought it had been around longer than it has, and it kind of came on strong, and then picked up more heat over the last 6 months or so. Whenever the Kelsey brothers joined in on it.
When it made ESPN.com headlines one morning when every morning I look at ESPN.com headlines, and I was like, whoa. It's like Kelsey Brothers invest in a beer company, but I knew that was already happening, and I was like, "Holy shit, it happened!" And I like texted like the owner. I was like, "Oh my god, congrats!" He's like, "Dude, 6 months, rough, but we get it." So,
nice.
Hey, you're on the front lines there. You got the inside scoop. I mean, how did that come along with you and the garage beer working together with them?
Well, like obviously everybody's looking for like a beer partner, but I'm out of Ohio, and I saw that they were on there. They had high production stuff, but I saw when they released with 2 of like the biggest grocery chains in the state, and I was like, man, these guys got juice. But I was like, what a cool interview to talk to somebody that's starting up like a light beer, massive, like big box store brand.
Yeah.
And he agreed to come on, and we had a blast with Andy, man. He was so fun. And we all got white girl wasted that night. And the show went on like normally our show's like an hour, but I think it went like 2.5. And he was like, yeah, he was
Sounds
right there
familiar.
with us, man.
Yeah.
And then like he told us like next morning, and it was like the week they launched. And so I was just like, yo, man, like, you just want to team up? And he's like, I really like what you guys doing, man. Like, that's a cool vibe that you guys got going on there. He's like, I think it'd be cool to have Garage Beer part of it. And I didn't know he was going to start working with like Paige Spearnack, Richard Rawlings, the Gas Monkey Garage, Kelsey Brothers, and having Taylor Swift drinking a Garage Beer lime. I mean, I feel pretty obsolete in the picture now.
Yeah.
But for a minute,
For a minute,
Network,
you were.
we were Garage Beer
I was
for
gonna
a
say
minute.
you were the
it was a
face
hell
of the
of a
brand
ride.
for that hot minute. It was like the Dude Network, man. Tony there.
I
It's
kept
like
seeing
he's got
like,
his can of Garage Beer there, and he's like, "Shit, man, I'm the face of this brand now." Then you go to sleep one night, you wake up the next morning, and it's like, "Oh shit, now the whole world's on board." Now you're still there though. They're
still
not taking it
grassroots.
away from you.
yeah, you know, yeah.
Still
The
grassroots.
OGs, the day ones.
We
they
don't
don't forget that.
hear from Andy as much these days as we used
Yeah,
to, but we
I
know
can
he's there.
imagine.
He does respond, you know. But yeah, I used to call and he would answer. I just don't call anymore because I'm just like, that dude's in like 50 meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
today.
You send a text.
He's
and
the
then
busiest man in the
next
business.
day,
Yeah, he's not blowing me off. He is just busy.
But he knows guys like you is what's kept him in business and got him kicked off.
And he's always that's what I love about him. Like after when I texted him, congrats on the Kelseys and it all coming together, he goes, I will never forget how you were our original partner and your commitment to the brand to help us get started. And that's always been that hit me like right in the heart, man. Cause I was like, cause we put a lot of work. If they like one day were like, we're done with you, I'd be like, that's a problem because we put a lot into that brand.
Yeah, you're all in on that. You're like,
so I would even like I would have to probably continue to support them like in like a phase out. Like I would still drink it though. That's the thing. I would still drink it. I swear to Christ. Like they're the official beers of the Dude Network, but I would drink them. I enjoy that I don't get bloaty off of them, and that you can just sit there and pound them. And I like helping small businesses. I mean, we've always been
absolutely
pro small business. If you look at all of our partners, like even I have a seasoning, Zesty Anything Bagel, which was Redbeard Seasoning, small company out of Ohio, better known company. Real happy with how all that came out, and like just the sauce companies, the Meathead Charcoal we work with, startup company out of Georgia that's making a splash and moving along. We've always been small business, and Garage Beer, you know, to me is still a small business. But yeah, so it just fit it would still fit all the narratives afterwards, you know. So
yeah, until they're on the NASDAQ, you know, publicly traded, then they're still a small business to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. So, but no, it's been cool. It's been, hell yeah. Who doesn't love just having the excuse to drink beer? I just told like we have to drink.
Come on, we're partners. We're sponsored. We have to do this.
They're gonna
get, if we don't do it, they're gonna get angry, guys. You know this, right?
Yeah. Can't be seen with that.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, don't break the bank on it though, because we got the 24 packs up here now. So yeah, that's well, and that's all you do too on that stack there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a terrible buy with that. It's right there in line with everything else.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because at first, when they first brought it up, I think Roadhouse brought it up to me first, and he said, I think you said, "Oh, I'm going to try the garage beers," and I said, "Okay, I'm going out and looking," and they didn't have it here yet. So Roadhouse picked it up and he tried it. And he's like, it's a pretty solid beer. You know, it's a light beer. It's like, you know, the price was more expensive than, like a Miller Lite or a PBR, but not by much. It's only a couple bucks more for a 12 pack. So it's not like it's the outrageous price. Like he's paying, you know, 14, 15 bucks for a 4-pack of 16-ounce craft beers. That's always where I'm like, it's few and far between that I'm buying the 4-packs of craft beers for $15.
Yeah. Man, it's hard for me to spend $9, $10, $11 on 6 beers. It's really hard for me.
Yeah.
I struggle with that one.
Yeah,
I
I'm like, I like the 12 beers for $12. That's like like, okay, $1 a beer.
Well,
That's what I like.
at one point, Garage Beer had the 15 pack. Now that's the perfect size.
Yeah.
Some days, like I never want to drink more than 15, but there's some days I'd run out at 12. And I'm like, God, I wish I had like.
And I think I brought that up to the Roadhouse the last time we were talking. I was like, you go out and for us, we always go out searching and we try different beers from time. It's like maybe this week I'm in a Coors Banquet mood. I'm in a PBR mood this week. I'm in a Miller Lite mood the next week.
Yeah.
And so I'll go out and you buy a 12 pack, and you're like, okay, cool. This will last me one sitting, maybe two, but then it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
like that's the thing. It's like you buy a 12 pack, and over a course of a weekend on a Saturday, you could go through all 12 unless you're really being good and pacing yourself. But by the end of that weekend, it's all gone. It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't plan on my drinking in the volume. Volume comes with the mood and the atmosphere or how I feel.
Yeah, I can't just
I
sit there and
like
drink
to
24 by
know
myself. I feel you.
I get a 30 pack. I'd like to know that if I want to drink all 30 of them in a day's time, it's there. If I only go through 15, uh, I'm not going to run out. That's my worst fear is running out,
yeah,
and I haven't for many many years. I make
yeah,
sure.
exactly. Because you're like shit. If you run out and you're already 15, and you're like, oh, well, I'm not. Somebody
Yeah,
needs to bring some to me. I'm not going out anywhere to get any. Somebody needs to, you know, somebody go out and pick me up another 12 pack or something.
Yeah, please help. Like calling the neighbors, like, guy beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
SOS.
yeah.
It's an
yeah.
emergency. Oh, what's wrong? I need another 12 pack of garage beers. Can you go out and pick some up for me and bring it over? I'll throw in an extra few bucks for you if you if you
Like,
pick
hey,
it
do you
up.
need anything? Like,
I've never
yeah.
used it, but they got these like delivered to your house
Hmm.
beer or alcohol delivery companies now. I've never, like I said, I've never used it, but man, where were they at back in the day when I risked a hella DUI just to go get more?
I know. But
Yeah.
now they'll just bring it to you. It's like, all right, yeah, you
Oh
bring it in.
God, yeah. I don't live in an area where they have the beer delivery services, but that would be sweet.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, my wife don't really drink, so like,
yeah, same.
yeah. So if I really, really had a good reason, like, she would go get it. But
Yeah, really. Or it's just like,
They
no,
won't
or
say
it's
no.
just like, yeah, it's like I'm
Yeah,
not going out to get you this.
they
Like,
won't say no, but you'll hear this.
yeah,
yeah,
mine's
That hurts.
like, hey, do you want to go get yourself something nice?
yeah,
Hey, I did that tonight.
yeah. Or it's like, oh well, didn't you have to
Here's
go
an
out
extra
to get?
20, big
Yeah,
lady.
yeah,
Like, have yourself an evening.
yeah,
But
I
seriously,
did
come
that. I
back quick.
used that
But
excuse
seriously,
tonight.
drop off the beer first, then go do your thing. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I said, "Would you like to run to town and pick up dinner tonight?" And she's like, "Well," I was like, "Well, I also need to stop at the store. We're doing a pod tonight. I got to pick some beer up."
Hell
There's
yeah.
always an ulterior motive for it. There, it's
Always.
like, oh yeah, yeah, we'll go.
Hey,
Go
that's
get
dude
some
law.
nice.
That's dude law.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
heard.
Oops.
yeah. Oh, like, oh no. Like, okay. So what do you think of that one, Roadhouse? What's the
Oh yeah, I really liked it. It's real good. It's very rich and malty. It just I can taste the bourbon follow that where they aged it in the barrels.
Mhm.
I like it. It's not one I'm going to sit here and I had planned on drinking all four of them, but it's such a rich flavor. It's you know how I like to just throw back and drink. I've
Mhm.
actually just sipping on this one. I'm really enjoying it. So
Is
it's
that
throwing
still
me
the
off my
is that
game.
still the first one?
No second.
Second? Okay, all right. I was gonna
Nice.
say.
First one I poured in the glass, it went pretty quick. But
Okay,
Yeah, when you
well, I
pour them
wasn't
in the
sure.
glass, it just goes down way quicker.
yeah, I wanted to see that color. I wanted to, get it activated by pouring it in. And, you buy a craft beer and here's beer snob coming out, but this is old school. You don't just drink. You got to pour it and get it to activate, get the carbonation to move on out a little bit. And a regular PBR or Miller Lite or garage beer, not such a big deal. But when you spend that much for 4 beers, you're going to drink it the
You
right.
gotta, yeah, you have to take it. It's like an experience with it. You need to
Yeah.
really go all out with it. And
Yeah, just
really
like when
like
Bourbon
embrace
beers.
Bob, just like when Bourbon Bob, was here and we went through drinking bourbon the right way
Yeah, yeah.
and experienced the good bourbons.
Right, right.
Yeah, same thing. I enjoy it once in a while. Slipping out of the comfort zone of the bottom shelf malt liquors and the regular everyday drinking beers. So
Hey, switch it up. Yeah, from
yeah,
time to time, you do a
that's
little
where I was
different.
thinking tonight when I was making my choices, because I almost just bought another rack of Yingling or rack of Banquets or something. No, that's where I'm at tonight.
Yeah, like it's a special occasion. You go all out.
Yeah.
I've
Go
got a
big.
righteous little buzz following, the Old Fosters earlier, and
Yeah,
these are
and those
starting
are,
to kick in.
it's actually, and what I mean, you said those are 8%. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
got a good kick to it
8.6.
there. You got the
yeah, it's
one
not a
down,
slouch.
yeah, one down, second one you're working on. So it'll hit you quick. Don't worry.
I'm aggravated. I got a freaking fly in this room that is bugging the shit out of me.
Literally.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen yours.
Yeah, yeah. Flew across before. You're like,
Yeah,
get out of here. Come on.
Tony's
Yeah.
got company down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's always freaking bugs down here. Sometimes we actually have like actual spirits fucking with me during the shows too. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
Well,
are
are you in?
we allowed
Are
to
you,
drop the haymakers on here?
yeah, you can. You can go
Okay.
all out.
Oh
Yeah.
hell
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, uncensored here, uncut,
Yeah, I
uncensored,
kind of
uncut.
figured I was getting that vibe, but I hate being the first
Obviously,
one. I
you've
hate.
never listened to some of our past episodes in length.
Yeah, yeah.
As
Yeah,
as the hour goes on,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yes,
it
as
Yeah,
you
it
gets
as
gets a
you
little more
track,
loose lipped.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
feel you.
as you track the drinking throughout when it hits that
That's
1 hour
like
mark, or some of those ones that go on for longer than an hour and hour
if
and a
you've got
half.
3 hours to kill, check out our 10th anniversary.
yeah.
That went
We've
on
had
for 3 hours.
we've
Yeah,
had a few of those too.
yeah, yeah.
Where yeah, oh man, yeah. There's been some nights.
It's
It's
like
been
you
something.
said, your podcast with the guy from Garage Beers, how simple and fast and it went on. I love those episodes. Next thing you know, you look at the counter up at the top left of the screen. And it's like, holy crap, we're already sitting on almost 2 hours. It
I
seems like 10
know.
minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, time
Love that.
flies. Time flies for sure.
I know. You're like how many beers did I just drink? Oh shit! Then you go to stand up and you're like, oh.
Yeah, normally I gotta take a good. The seal gets broke before it really kicks in. That's how. When I'm drinking, I normally get like 6 beers in before I'm starting being like, okay, I gotta pee,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pee, and
Yeah.
that's like my. You know how you have your maths and science to cooking a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my garage beer to pee ratio down to a solid science.
You know.
Yeah.
You
We
know when you
we
got
are
to take a
kind of
break.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you need that break to say, okay, I got to go pee. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah. Long before I started jumping on these things and ruining, bumming with Bobcat as a co-host, he had a guest on before that you could actually hear him using using a
The
pissing in a
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
It came through so clear in the
Hey, I'm
audio.
always ready. I got the big mouth, the old this guy
Was
here,
it?
just in
Oh boy!
case. Just in case. It's just
Was
like
it
for
Burley by chance?
see, no, 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 no. But you got to be ready. You never know when you got to go, and you just can't get up, and you have to just let it go.
Yeah, my bathroom's like right there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just yeah, and us actually in our we actually so ours is like live. All our shows are live except for Saturday, which is recorded after our live show Friday. And we actually installed a 3-minute commercial break on every show. So we call it our
Yeah.
refill break, but really it's our piss break.
Yeah.
Make it like, because our show's about like hour 15, hour 30. And then you about 45 minutes in, we just hit that commercial break, perfect timing. Get fresh cold beers on the table.
Yeah, exactly. Go release, go urinate, get your drink. Then you're good to go for the second half of the show to get it going. It's usually around that like hour mark. So we were sitting here, you're like, all right, I gotta go.
Couldn't tell you how
Depends
many
on what you're
times.
drinking. It really depends on what you're drinking. I mean, if you're drinking, a bunch of these, if you're drinking, 5, 6 of them at that point, it's gonna hit you
The
quick.
Beast Ice.
Yeah. Ooh, there it is.
I wish I had the sign hanging up down here. I don't have it hanging right now. I have an old school metal sign, and it's the Milwaukee's Best Ice. Breaking through the chains. It's like Unleash and it's like Unleash the Beast, but it's like the 90s striped cans with like the silver stripes left to right on it.
Yeah.
It's my prized possession of beer signs. It is the prize.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. It's very cool. There was a period in my life where I was all about the beer signs because I thought I was clearly a bachelor, and I clearly was not expecting the repercussions of marriage and what signs would then be allowed to be displayed amongst the house. But yeah, I had some cool shit for a minute. Hey, PBR, by the way, shout out to Bumwine Bob up there for that PBR. I was at Seven Springs Resort in PA for a conference a couple weeks ago, and they had, no garage beer, so that already made them communist. But one thing that kind of saved them was they had bottle everything, but they had 16-ounce PBR tall boys there.
Yeah,
I was
nice.
like, full send.
All right,
shit.
all right. I'll make do. I'll make do.
They had 4 of them down there. I looked at the bartender and I said, "How long are you working today?" And I said, "How much are you working here the next couple of days?" He goes, a few shifts. I was like, "You're gonna need more of them PBRs. Do yourself a favor, stock up on them because I'm probably gonna just drink those exclusively for the next week."
Yeah, these are for me. All right.
I was like selling him. I was like telling everybody like, "Oh, the roast beef wrap's great," and everybody kept ordering the roast beef wrap and all ordering his PBR cans. And I was like, "How good have I been for sales for you this week?"
Yeah.
Like my
Where's
suggestive
my
selling
cut
for
of
you
this?
is on point. Like I'm bringing back my college drunken bartender days here. Man.
Right.
Like we're suggestive selling meals. What else? I look and I was like, "What do you got? What do you need selling? Need some of that fish gone? How much fish you got left? How much life left in that fish? Like we'll start fishing."
Yeah.
What do you need me to push? I'll go tell the people.
I felt bad for that guy because I was stranded there for 3 days at that conference, and I was like, "Oh." So I needed a friend, so he was the guy.
Sure.
So yeah,
He's just the guy. He had the beers for you, so you make friends with people.
you always
gotta make do with what you got.
And you know how it goes when you make a that is like that like a bartender friend, like that's who you go to every time.
Yeah.
You don't mess with a good thing. When you got a heater, you stick with the heater.
Yep.
Dude,
I'm a firm believer. All my years of drinking was mostly in a bar in my younger days, from 20s to probably early 40s. Pretty much tapered off after that. But I was at a bar at least 4 to 5 times a week. My normal bar, I have my normal bartender. I walk in, I could just wave at him, go straight to the head, come back and sit down, and my beer is sitting there, and my my Jaeger bomb is sitting there. That's my primer, and then sip on beers for a while. I didn't have to ask. I didn't have. So at the end of the night, whatever my tab was, it was like I'm throwing a 50 down, no matter what the tab amount is, because I guarantee half the draft beers aren't on that. I just know the service that he gave me is worth $50.
Oh yeah.
For the time I've sat there. And that was, like I said, 4 to 5 times a week. He was my dude. He was my caretaker. So,
that was always good. Yeah, I used to do that too. Used to go out to the same, couple
10
bars.
years I had the same bartender.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, you go out to the same bars, you get to know the people, and then you tip them well, and like how many draft beers you drinking. There's a couple of them that probably aren't showing up on that bill at the end of the night. So
that was my seat, my stool, that time of day I come in, there's nobody sitting there, and if there was, my dude would politely
Pick 'em
relocate
pick 'em
them.
out.
Yeah, because we'd come in, and I'd usually come in with 3 or 4 friends or somebody new or something like that. But I would go to the restroom or go straight and order some food and then come sit down. I've never once went into that place and somebody was sitting on my stool. That's
They
that's
saw you. They say they see Roadhouse pulling in the parking lot. They're like, "Oh shit, get this guy out of his seat. Get it, clear it
Yeah.
up, clean it up, wipe it down,
yeah,
make
be
sure it's
nice.
ready."
This guy's like a
It's-
rabid dog. You might want to relocate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're in
Be
his
nice
seat.
until
Shit's
it's
going
time
down.
not to be nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, shit's going down.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Oh
Oh, man.
no,
So I was
we
watching a
actually
lot of
have.
your. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we have a lot of dive bars around here, and we have one that our kids are welcome to.
Yeah.
The DJ will sometimes leave his equipment down there, and my wife has access to the Bluetooth, so she'll get like free not
Yeah.
karaoke, but like free dance. You don't have to pay the jukebox and stuff,
Yeah.
Okay.
and the owner just loves seeing our kids out there just dancing, cutting it up because he's trying to create it to be more of like a family friendly place, and then he's got like 50-cent wing night and $2 beers like always. Well, Thursday night is a wing night, but $2 beers is all day every day.
Nice.
There for a
Oh,
while,
wow.
they were getting those 16-ounce tall aluminums for $2.
Oh, that's
But-
a steal there.
Yeah,
That's-
it was. He stopped doing that.
That's fine. He can pull that off for the dinner crowd, the late lunch and dinner crowd. And if he is an open late kind of bar, and nobody's going to have their kids in there after 8, 9 o'clock. So it's awesome.
And that's kind of what he's looking for. Yeah, there's a transition, and we kind of
Yeah.
understand that, like when the sun starts to go down,
Yeah, after dinner,
it's time to start,
yeah.
vamoosing, getting back home.
And you start noticing the crowd shift. The dinner crowd's leaving, the party crowd's coming in, music gets a little louder, lights get a little dimmer.
Yeah, he has like the Queen of Hearts and on the same night as the Thursday night wing night. So like after like 7:30 when they draw, that's when everybody starts to leave, and that's when it's a good, and that's when it's time to.
Yeah, that's
if you have kids, it's time to.
the
That's
signal.
a good opportunity.
Those dive bars are so local. It's family.
It really is. And my wife when I do our shows Friday, my wife goes over there and she's a crafter, but she likes just listening to music and being around, and she just a stay-at-home mom. So she likes to get out and have like her social life.
Yeah.
And I at first I was really nervous about her going over to that bar because of that. I was like, honey, it's a dive bar and it's late night and you're kind of hot. I'm like, you're blonde, you're skinny. I was like, you're not a bad looking chick. I was like, you're going to get some forward moves. And I was like, I'm worried about that. But there's a lot of guys that were old enough to be her dad, and they kind of took her under her wing, and they're like, look, you sit over here by us. Like, anytime like a young drunk dude come up trying to get with her or something like that, or try to like press on her.
Dirty old men like me.
They're like, look, fucker, get out of here. If you're going out, get
out of here. Come on.
Kick your ass. Get out of here. But like you said, it's a family, man. They take very good care of her. The owner, after we eat, like if he has popsicles, he'll bring my kids like popsicles. You know what I mean? Like you don't get that at Texas Roadhouse, Applebee's,
Yeah.
And like the other night, every year he does a free hog roast for all his patrons. Like he just has a full buffet, don't charge a dime.
Nice.
He charges for the beer, but yeah, anybody wants to come just have a plate. That's his patrons. I mean, and that's just the community I live in. And again, you don't get that in big cities.
From the city, that's it.
Yeah.
Where I live now, there's not a bar. There's a place called Hometown Hangout here, and it's just a restaurant. They have a bar in there, and they have draft beers and they have liquors, but it's not that atmosphere that it misses something for me. That's a big play for me in my heart is the atmosphere, to walk into a pub, your local spot or your dive that you go all the time. It's that comfort and relaxation it's not in these places here, and I kind of miss that.
Yeah, it's nice that we still have it, and that's why I try to give those places as much business as possible,
Yes,
and
Yeah,
tell all
exactly.
my friends like, hey, like I'm just like, hey, it's 50 Cent Wing Night, come hang out with us, because I mean, he's obviously still making some kind of money, or he wouldn't
you'll
still be
make
doing
them
it.
a
Yeah,
little money. You're
yeah.
going to have a good time. That
But
person's
yeah,
going to have a good time, and you know what? He's going to wind up bringing his friends that are kind of not in your loop.
it's yeah, like our kids will go play with other kids there, and they just run out there and play, and it's just nice for parents too to like
Yeah,
have that place where your kids can just be kids. You can sit there and just
Mhm.
adult for a minute.
Relax.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just
That's what I was
yeah,
saying when you were doing your recording, and she runs down there, and she's going to get the opportunity to have some adult conversation outside of the children or even you. You're her
yeah,
man child.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much adult conversation you're giving her, but
No,
hey.
Yeah.
I at least fake it till you make it in
Exactly.
a lot of areas in life. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
good for her. It's healthy for her. Yeah.
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 No, I agree. I agree. No, it's just nice to have those places.
Yeah.
Bless.
You'd love to see more of them pop up there. I mean, it's just tough these days with all the,
Yeah,
with everything, with big box everything taking over the world, and even seeing a little thing like a garage beer, pop up and kind of get some traction.
The
Uh,
name is genius.
it really was. See, it was actually a Cincinnati Brewing Company was a microbrewery in Cincinnati that had the garage beer. They were the first ones to have it. Then they kind of let it go, and then Garage Beer bought it off them,
okay.
and then just took a big scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that's because they were like, man, that's genius. You know,
Right. And
Yeah, everybody always thinks. I was gonna say, everybody thinks everybody thinks of having garage beers. I mean, that's like, okay, you come over, hang out, you're in your garage, you drink beer, garage beer. Oh shit,
yeah. And
perfect name.
that seems to be the term now with, TikTok and Instagram reels. It's like,
Hmm.
hey, I'm gonna go out here and have 15 garage beers, not knowing that's the
Hmm.
brand or that's just a term that has come about and has become popular. Just the garage
Yeah,
beers. And it's
exactly.
like something
The,
I've been
the,
doing
with
for
the
35, 40 years.
I was gonna say it's like the garage, the sacred place thing. Oh yeah, I got to go
yeah,
into the garage and fix something or do
Yeah.
this. But then you go into the fridge out there, you're just sitting there drinking beers and just okay, you're just
A
sitting
guy's
down
gonna find the
away from
shittiest
everybody.
place to hang out because nobody else is gonna come and interrupt him as he's just chilling. So garage being it or the shed or the dank
yeah,
crawl space in the basement.
Hmm.
A man is gonna find the shittiest place to hang out just to drink some beers and unwind and not hear any outside bullshit.
yeah.
The term garage beers is a perfect term, and the use of that name in that white and black can. I can remember as a young man, I'm talking before I was a teenager, times were tough in the 70s. My dad would drink beer. White can,
Oh,
you bought it
I
at the
re-
grocery store, in black letters just said beer on it.
I remember other people talking about that.
And I can't imagine how shitty that must have tasted. Once in a while I'd see him with a blat, but most of the time it just said beer.
Beer. Yeah.
So, did you guys in your families growing up? Did you have like what they call like junk haulers, where all the old time where they would like instead of going, they didn't have dumpsters and trash trucks coming around, so they would like dump stuff and like hollows and stuff like that.
Yeah, 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 in
Well, I came
ravines.
across
Okay.
Dad's old family, and I came across this massive stash of beer bottles out in the middle of the woods by an old foundation.
Okay.
And I about shit my pants when I saw it because we're not really that close to this town. So I don't know how they got it here, but it was a massive stack of Dirty Birds, the Rolling Rocks. You guys ever heard them called the Dirty Birds? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Old school. I mean, it had to be from like the 50s, this Rolling Rocks and like these green bottles.
yeah,
And I was just like, how in the hell were they drinking Rolling Rock in this part of Ohio in the 50s? And like, I'm sitting there like going, like, we don't have any family from Pennsylvania. Like, they're all from West Virginia and North Carolina. Like, how the hell did this
How'd these
happen?
get here? Yeah, who brought
Yeah,
these
it's like,
beers
how did this
here?
get here? Yeah, I was just sitting. It was just curious. I was like, out of all the beers, like Rolling Rock, that was not on the bingo card.
Yep.
That was not on my bingo card to find
Yeah.
out here.
Oh man. So yeah, that was cool. That was
Interesting. I always was find that too. Like even at like with your friends in the woods, and you'd find like the random beer bottles or bottle caps or stuff of something. You'd be like what the hell is this? You like,
yeah.
yeah, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
I found some wild things, man. I found some wild stuff. Yeah, and a lot of it was on my dad's property. He don't really drink beer. And he's like, how'd this get here, huh? I'm like, don't look at me. I'm like, I've drank a lot of beer here, but that is not mine.
It's not my beer.
That's not my beer. Like,
yeah,
I
drank a lot of stuff, but this wasn't mine. I didn't do this one.
like,
I swear to God.
In college, I was drinking Keith Stone, man. Back when they had the inserts in the 30 packs, always smooth, even when you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keystone.
Remembered her birthday. It was 3 days ago. Always smooth, even when you're not. Yeah.
Hey, I got the Keystone light. I got the Bill Goldberg big cutout over here next to me.
Oh,
So
Bill
I got
Goldberg.
Yeah, he does.
I remember another funny one was it's like something about like remember to pick up Sarah, but her name was Laura. Like always smooth, even when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not. Like, yeah, something. Yeah, there were some funny inserts on those.
A lot of all those classic beer commercials are great. They don't make them like that anymore.
It's such a marketing war, man. They got to.
And you would think that you should do more of that these days with how volatile the beer market is now, with all the even the big brands too trying to get one up on each other, and even the smaller brands like Garage Beer or anything else out there trying to make their way up in the world. You think that people would put more towards the advertising with it and the commercials, but I can see why not too, because how much is really the media on TV really
That gets
helping things these days compared to 25 years ago. I mean,
a lot of people aren't watching television like we did when we were growing up and you had commercials. Everybody's click on demand now. You got your Netflix. I want to watch this. Click. I want to get on YouTube. Click. There's not the commercial realm like it used to be, up until the 2000s, mid 2000s. So that's kind of like ancient advertising now.
Yeah.
The witty commercials and like me growing up, this is going to show the hottest commercial was Wendy's. Where's the beef?
Yeah.
As dumb as that is now, when I watch it on YouTube, it was hilarious when I was a kid. I mean, you couldn't wait till your show went to commercial, and hopefully that commercial came on. That's how commercials were back then. It's not that way now, but
right.
No. Commercials now are pretty much just the advertisements you see that pop up on
everything,
Instagram.
And the side effects.
I want somebody to start offending people again.
Love it.
I want someone just to piss people off.
Yeah, your dick's in a fucking knot.
Yeah.
You
can't you're gonna get people upset.
That's what Super Bowl commercials like. That's why they suck now. Like no one wants to push the envelope. Like, man, you're spending all that money. Like, okay, so hear me out. Wild theory. Wouldn't you get more bang for your buck if you like pissed off some people and it went like global news?
Right.
Yeah, you get more eyes on the brand.
Everything's so 50-50 down the middle. Like you're still going to like get massive exposure to the 50% you want to appeal to.
If you're really rubbing somebody raw and the right to center, not far left, you're probably going to be okay.
They say it's a bad idea to separate. You lose automatically as 50%, but it's like But if that 50% typically don't spend with our brand,
Yeah.
So you're
like,
not losing.
what?
I mean, depends on how you're
Okay, so
offending.
what's 50% of the American population? Like, how many billions of people is that?
Yeah. And if you have 50% that will
Yeah,
spend after
of what
seeing
you're
it,
actually targeting, like screw
Yeah.
the other side, bury him, kill
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
hit him with the big leg and the Jimmy Snuka
the big splash.
top rope, the big
Yeah.
I
splash,
seen
and the
a
Eddie
really good
Guerrero
survey
Swanton.
today.
Yeah.
I watched a reel today. It was a really good survey on, dating, and there's 9 billion people, or say, what is it, 300 million people in the U.S. And this guy wants to find a soulmate. Well, that would be, if he's going for a woman, that would cut in half. So that's 150 million, down from 300 million. And then he wants to go find a woman with a sense of humor. And then that goes from
So
150
then
million
that's when
down
its
to
search
zero.
stopped. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I was
That
gonna
was
say,
And
where
it's over.
did those come from? I was like, I've never met
Yeah.
such
So,
a thing.
so
I said
but
it because my wife would probably,
to,
no offense, my wife
to
would
do
probably not listen
advertising
to
and
stuff.
offending, it's it's real simple. You know your clientele. You're not going to offend your clientele. You're not going to Bud Light them. That's what happened there. It depends on how you want to offend them.
Yeah,
And it will work. You're right. To be a rude cocksucker, it needs to come back, because
my neighbor. Okay, so
people
hear a
need
funny
to
one.
get offended.
I got a funny one for you here. My neighbor, he's the newest neighbor, and he's in his mid-70s, and he's a breath of fresh air because he just don't give a fuck. Like
Right.
he just sends it. And our new neighbor, our neighbors across the way got a new pool, and they are not skinny girls, and that's fine, to each their own. But they were all wearing, like, I was talking to him. He goes, "You know what I'm talking?" I was like, "Hey, they closed the pool up. I bet you're glad to not have the late nights because they'd be out there partying until 11, 12." And he
Oh
he
god.
goes, "You know what?" He goes, "This is gonna be really mean." And I was like, "Boy, if he's saying this is going to be a haymaker." I was like, "What?" I was like,
Oh
"What's
shit.
that?" He goes, "All summer." He goes, "I'm sorry." He goes, "But I even told my wife this." I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Come on, go out with it."
Yeah.
He goes, "I don't want to be mean." He goes, "But I've never seen more fat girls in two-piece swimsuits than I have this whole summer. You could think all summer I'd look over, I'd see one good-looking girl." He goes, "No, all fat two-piece." He's like, "Can't even look over there and get good eye candy, but I have to listen to it till 11 o'clock every second Friday and Saturday." I was like,
Kudos, buddy.
no
Yeah.
names. I'm not saying any
Yeah.
names, but oh shit, I came in and I was like, I heard a good one. And my wife, who's like, on that, normally on like the let's not go that route with people, even she was just dying. She's like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "Yeah." Because those girls are all bitches. Like, they all put their head in the air when they go down the road.
No.
So me and him bonded on that. I was like, "Yeah, I was like, them stuck up bitches." I was like, "I'm with you. I'm with you." But anyway, that was funny. But I remember, like, I used to work with his son-in-law, and I told him, I was like, "I love that guy." I was like, such a breath of fresh air in a world full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
And so
not a one.
Roadhouse. I was gonna say, how's that beverage there?
Yeah, how's
The
the
Lipton
citrus
there. I see you
Hey,
cracked open
listen,
that one.
if you guys have ever had the Lipton green teas,
Mm-hmm.
it's dead on it. You wouldn't even know there's alcohol in it.
What's the percent? Is that a
It's
5% one?
5%. It's
Okay.
5%.
Okay.
But it's great. It's refreshing. It's actually, I like it. I could probably have it for breakfast.
Get your day started the right way.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah!
hey, give me that
Let's
Lipton stuff there. Yeah, it's the green tea. It's got 5%
I
alcohol. But
think I think
that's just a warm up. That's a warm up for your day right there.
if it didn't have the word hard tea on it, you might be able to put it in a BWB koozie. It'll go up and
Yeah,
cover it up.
brown bag it and hide
Yeah,
Hell
it.
yeah!
as long
Hell
as you
yeah.
see the Lipton hanging out the top, say this is my koozie
Yeah,
at
yeah. Like,
work.
oh, he's drinking a nice
Yeah,
tea.
I'm down with that. I'm
you
down.
can pull that off.
The one I want to try is the Arizona green tea because I am a whore for Arizona green tea.
I've seen them. I've seen them, and I have them around here. I just haven't brought myself to buy them yet.
I had a sip of one. My friend had one a while back, and he's like, "You want to try it?" And I had a sip of it, and it wasn't bad. But I haven't actually gone for the full, like, 12 pack of the variety or of the single cans yet, because the single cans of those Arizona ones, it's like $3.49 for like a 24-ounce can. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
that's too rich for my blood. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm in the I'll pay the $2.99 for Four Loco, but I mean I know I'm getting that 13.9% ABV compared to
yes,
like
you're getting
a
that bang for the buck.
5% Arizona.
Oh,
But they do
yeah.
have those 12-pack variety packs of them. So I probably will eventually splurge for it, but
I will occasionally get a tall seltzy. I do like the Topo Chico strawberry guava tall
I saw
boys.
that today.
Those are good. Don't
Okay,
get the lemon lime. It's just like a stale Sprite.
all right, all right.
okay. So the
Yeah, I'm a
strawberry
sucker for
guava.
lemon lime, but
The
yeah,
strawberry guava. It's the only two I've had. There's another one called like a tangerine something. I heard that one's banging too. I've heard that one's
okay,
banging. Yeah.
right.
But if you can get the strawberry guava, totally recommend it. I think it's like $2.50 a
Hey
24
Bob,
ounce.
Yeah.
did Four Loco change their sour grape cans?
I think so.
Because I think I've seen that today when I was out searching.
Okay. Yeah, I think they've changed all the cans with the logos and stuff on them
Okay,
there.
You know, I'm
So
gonna come out and it's been a long time since I've had a Four Loco. I'm trying to remember if I ever had one.
all right. Well, we got
sounds
to
like we
invite you
got it.
back.
Sounds
I
like we got
got
to do we got to do a revisit here, a little redemption
Yes.
next
I
time.
know. I will. I promise. I want to have a really rough night
Revisit
on
it
the
and see.
You want to have a
See,
classic bum wine moment.
Yeah. I feel like I just let you guys I feel like I just kind of come in hoity toity with the garage beers.
No.
No. If you came in with like some fancy craft beer, I'm happy with it. I mean, this is like I said, this
Like
is something that I've
Roadhouse,
been.
Roadhouse
been
up there with the
I know. We were like, oh, you get the garage beer. I can't find a garage beer. I got whatever this bourbon barrel.
Listen, I'm
Stuff.
rye.
I'm just Ed McMahon. I'm in the side.
Oh, don't be Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
It's y'all show. So to talk about the Dude Network, and I was telling you pre-recording that I was brushing up on a lot of episodes, and I got really carried away and watching a bunch of them. But I really liked your cheese tour that you took.
Oh, yeah, with my buddy Bronson from Live More TV.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
amazing. I didn't even know those places existed.
We live in the cheese capital of Ohio, and my dad actually one of his first jobs was hauling milk in the old metal kegs down to
Okay,
the local cheese house. That was one of my dad's first jobs out of high school.
yeah.
And
So
and
those metal kegs uh, back home, that was a decoration on everybody's front step or porch.
yeah, Dad, when he first got into milking cows, like that's what they
Mhm.
used. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get those big things.
So I
Like
was
The
really,
cheese
I
out
was
is
like,
with
there.
the cheese is awesome around here, man. It's so fresh, it's so creamy. I'm glad you like that one. That one's
yeah,
awesome.
it just makes me want to run back home and and try to find these places while I'm there.
If you look up Pearl Valley, the one we went to last, they will actually ship to your doorstep.
Okay.
And they do all vacuum sealed stuff. So if you order it in the wintertime when it's a little cooler weather,
Yeah.
it'll get right down there to you, man. It'll be just as fresh as you got it back at home.
Right on, right on.
Yeah. Pearl Valley is the shit.
Hey, it works out there. So
Yeah, I watched a
Yeah.
bunch. The cheese ones really stuck out to me.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man, I'm a Swiss guy, and around every town's got their festival. But
Yes.
Sugar Creek, where I come from, if you've heard of it, when you're time in Akron, it's called the Swiss Festival, and that's where they have the Swiss. All the cheese houses will submit their top Swiss,
Yeah.
and then that'll be the state champion.
Okay.
So the Swiss cheese is like the king around here, and then there's like Lacy Swiss, Baby Swiss, Mild Swiss. Like, yeah, there's a lot of
This is funny because I was
different Swiss cheeses up here.
I had this discussion, not an argument, discussion with my wife, and she throws some Swiss cheese craft off the rack into the buggy. I'm like, what are you doing? She never buys Swiss cheese, but she's like, well, I want to go to the deli and get some roast beef.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, throw that cheese back. Because if we're going to the deli to get roast beef, we're getting Swiss cheese at the deli. We're not buying this craft shit.
yeah.
Because that's, Swiss cheese, like you said, and I never put it together back then. It was just a way of life. But good Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. You gotta, if you're going to spend the money, like an extra $1 to upgrade the ingredients, man, like it makes
Right,
a
right.
massive difference.
Or lack of ingredients.
Right. Yeah. Oh man, you're making me
it's just like getting the extra few bucks for the beer.
I got this perfect combination, not to hijack this, but I will take good roast beef, deli sliced roast beef, and a good slice of Swiss and put it on a plate and throw it in the microwave for like 25, 30 seconds. And it comes out, it goes on a very lightly toasted piece of bread, good mayonnaise, 2 dill pickle chips, sinks right down in that Swiss, and that's the perfect sandwich.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm with you on that gooey cheese because it's the glue.
Yeah, it's not melt. It's just enough to where it just changes and takes the mold of whatever you laid it on.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
and Swiss is perfect for that.
Yeah, hey, you can't
Boys,
go wrong there.
I need to take a timeout to go pee, and I got time for one more beer. Yeah, the seal is ready to break. I'm cross-legging it. I got time for one quick beer after that. Is that cool?
Yeah, go.
Hey, let me ask you a question before you go.
What's that?
How bad do you got to pee?
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad.
On a scale 1 to 10, it's about a 15.
Yeah, we've all been there. I mean, I'm almost
I
there.
guess I don't have to, but I'm not going to waste the opportunity.
That's true. All right. So everybody at home here, look at this. We're gonna take a quick little break here, and
I'll even do this for you guys.
And here, I'll put up the.
It ain't gonna work.
All right, look at the picture of the garage beer. There you go. Enjoy that, guys. All right, sit back and relax.
Are you sure, honey? We're taking a heat break. All 3 of us. Beers.
All right, there we go. All right.
All right.
Everybody's feeling better.
Look, he did a wardrobe change.
Wardrobe change in between too. I mean, I got a whole
Oh, look
rack.
at the guns, dude. You
Oh
got a
shit,
license
man,
for
we're
I
that.
getting
know.
wild
These are gonna be
here.
a little white. Sorry, little
Wait,
hairy,
wait.
little white.
I
Yeah. You got
I
me.
mean, look,
smoked,
yeah,
I'm
let's
sure.
not.
got the gout.
This is all
Yeah.
fat. I ain't gonna lie. Look at this.
Yeah, I was
I know,
gonna say, I
but
don't have
looks
any.
good. You know, girls love the dad bod now.
I got what they call hay bale strength. You give me a hay bale, one hand snaps, whap, each hand.
Yep.
Let's go. So
Yeah, look, he's getting hot. He's getting hot down there. Yeah, I have my fair share, but I don't have any down here. I have a whole rack of wardrobe changes, but I don't have any tank tops down here now.
I saw it and I was like, I gotta have it. Yeah.
I almost put a different hat on. You know,
And not
I
getting that
wouldn't, I
crazy.
wouldn't have thought about putting another muscle shirt on.
This has been a fun show though, guys, and I
Hey,
Definitely.
listen,
I
Hey,
see why these can somehow
Absolutely.
go to 3 hours. I just have, unfortunately, I'm on a. I got a funeral. People coming in from out of town tomorrow. Then a vacation at 4 o'clock Friday. So I didn't want to blow this show off any longer because I was like, God, it's overdue, and I don't want to put it off. But yeah, we're definitely going to run it
Yeah,
back. I know we
we'll,
talked about getting.
yeah.
We're going to get you guys on here at some point too. On our shindig on a Friday night if you guys are up for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come party
absolutely.
with us
Yeah,
too. And
yeah. We'll make it work there, and then we'll get you back another time for a Four Loco to
Yeah, the
to do
Four
that.
Loco
That's the
episode is definitely in the works now.
yeah, I'll go buy some FUBU wear from the 90s and some
And I'll put on some And1 gear.
and get some like gold chains and some sideways hats that look like Jamie Foxx off Malibu's.
What was the other one? Fat Farm. I'll get you
Fat
some
Farm.
Fat
Yeah. Get
I
your
personally
Timberlands
like-
on.
I personally like the brand on How High with Method Man and Redman. Boofu, buy us, fuck you. Yeah.
Farm. Yeah.
Well,
Awesome
Tony,
show,
I was going
Tony.
to say, Tony. One thing I wanted to touch on before we let you run here is I know how much you like to do your budget meals.
Oh
And
yes.
your
Love 'em.
$10 you got your $10 bill. You go out there and you go into the store and you go searching for
Yes,
everything
yes.
because I got lucky this past week and I was at Target, and Target's not a place that's really known for its meat or its really fresh
Grocery.
food section,
Yeah.
and they had these little fillet, like little not fillets, like flank steaks, and they're usually like $12 for a pack of 2.
Yeah.
But since it was the Best Buy date was that day, they were on sale for like $2.95 a piece.
Yes.
Nice.
Hope you bought them
So-
all. I hope you bought
so-
them all.
We got 6 of them.
Yeah, you freeze 5. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so I did a bunch on the grill, and it was surprising how good these were. I've always seen them there, but I'm like, it's like these 2 steaks for like $12, and I'm like, I'm not paying this for that because, like I said, we drink on a budget here, and we're always still looking for the best bang for the buck when it comes to eating on a budget.
Yeah, anything.
And I go out and I do a lot of smoking ribs and stuff on my smoker, and I'm always trying to find the best deal for like a rack of ribs or something. So I'm like, the prices on meat, and is outrageous these days. But when you find a deal like that where it's like $3 for like these 2 steaks, and you cook them up and ate them, and I'm like, these were actually really good. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
but seeing you go out there with
Yeah,
$10
that was amazing.
and trying to find a
Appreciate
meal
it.
to feed the family, and then when you see what you come up with the final product, it's great. I mean, it's just something that you were doing on a usual basis. You're just like, screw it. Let me just go and see what I can do for $10.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it all started. I'll go with the origination story on it. Obviously, I mean, I worked really, really hard in life, and and I've been blessed with an amazing career. Times are tough sometimes, where you still need that. Oh
Agreed.
shit! I
Mhm.
only got a few
yeah.
bucks until payday. We're always blessed to have a freezer full of venison. ground burger, you know what I mean? But I grew up where that was our meals. And I work in the credit union industry now in financial institutions. So I knew after COVID, I knew kind of like the state of the economy before it was going to happen. And I knew when all the stimulus money was running out and we weren't getting any more stimulus money, people were getting really complacent on that. And I knew that those budgets were going to shrink dramatically. So me growing up, when you get into my world, you start making the ingredients, you see prices, you start grocery shopping, you like realize like, fuck, we were poor.
Yeah.
You everything that was like
Mhm.
cheap was like, man, we ate a lot of that. Like, man, we ate a lot of that too. Well, shit, we didn't eat any of that. That's expensive. And like, man, pork chops and potatoes, like
Yes.
Mhm.
but and
Yes.
chicken legs, not chicken breast, chicken legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what I mean? But like I knew that there was going to be a need for people to just know that you don't have to go spend. And McDonald's went way up too. You can't just go get a $1 double cheeseburger anymore. It's
Listen,
$4.
Yeah.
Tony,
So
how
like
many children do you have?
I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. So
And a wife.
and a wife.
That's
So we have
four of
a
you.
small family of 4 is
Yes.
how I describe us.
Yes.
But I knew that for $10 I can feed my whole family where people are probably spending 40-50 bucks at McDonald's and I just wanted people to know like, hey, like you don't have to settle for fast food that's dollar menu stuff. Like we can take $10 into the grocery. Now, I guess where I live, cost of living is a little cheaper. But I really wanted just to showcase that, hey, you can make some. At first, I did the video and it's like, hey, you can get a meal for under $10. This is how you make it. And everyone's like, well, how did you make it? So
Perfect
then I
video.
started realizing, I'm like, well, shit, I got to show people how you can elevate these meals.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Add to it.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got beans, I got pork chop, I got chicken
Yeah.
legs or whatever, I got a can of
Bag of
pineapple.
rice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like a loaf of bread, like how do I'm like, well, shit, well, people need to see what you can do with this. And then that's where like the fun part of it is like where the creativity, I've been exposed to a lot of really talented chefs in my world and a lot of talented, pit masters and barbecue. And so I want to take those skills and I realized that there wasn't a lot of people. Everyone wanted to be like super fancy, like do something that's never been done before. But I realized there was a massive hole with people. Yeah, Salt Bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but then I realized there was a massive hole of real cooking. There was
Yes.
a massive hole of real cooking for real normal people. And today I did start doing like air fryer series. Everybody's got an air fryer, but there's some
Mhm.
fucking awesome recipes you can do on an air fryer. And today I did like a chopped hamburger
Yeah. That
cheesesteak
burger. I
thing.
saw that burger one you
Oh
did
man,
today. It
it was
looked
so
great.
good.
That
I
was
fucked
Yes.
up.
great.
I didn't have
Yes.
burger
Yeah.
buns. It was a total mistake. Total mistake. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show like there's a 1% of rich, but everybody seems to have poor moments. So I wanted to focus on, helping those that are in that poor moment to where your kids and your family don't have to eat a shitty meal. You can at least give them something like really good and fresh and not break the bank at the same time. Even if
Correct.
it's
Correct.
like $15 instead of 10, that's
Yeah.
still a damn cheap family meal on a day before payday.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It's
you
it's
You
know,
still
know,
cheaper. It's still
I've
cheaper than
already
paying the
raised my
prices at
family.
McDonald's. I mean, it's
right,
still
right.
better
And
than
people are
that.
like,
You go,
well,
yeah, you go try to feed your family at McDonald's or Wendy's or something. It's like 30-40 bucks for that. You're like, what the hell
yeah.
happened here?
The first 3 videos I did of it, the first one got it was the first video I ever hit 1 million. Then the next one hit like 250. Then the next one hit like 6 million. Then the next one was like 500,000.
Oh, you're a dick.
I was like, holy shit, we're on to something here.
Yeah.
Like it just blew up. Like people, I realized that it was such like what I thought was actually right.
Yeah.
There were so many people in need of that
And
content, and it
it's
and
funny because
it made me feel really cool. It was really nice to offer that to people and
I
still
don't
offering it.
I don't think, I've already raised my family. It's just my wife and I now. We're empty nesters. I got 24, 26, and a 30-year-old. They're gone. But I can remember wondering, what am I going to do to feed these kids? You know, and it's just a struggle that you have as a young person raising a family you work your ass off. You cash your check, you pay your bills, you go to the grocery store, you don't have much left over. But if my kids went to bed hungry, it was because it was their fault. We were blessed enough that we provided, we were able to, if they didn't want to eat what we put down, it's their fault.
Yeah.
I literally, before I pay a bill on payday, I go to the grocery store and I get whatever we need before I pay a single dollar to any other soul, because that's what's most important to me.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
And we
here's
did
the
what
thing, man, like, that's
I
still
did
life
what I
to
had to
me.
do to raise these people to they didn't even know, they didn't have to think about it. I busted my ass on 2, sometimes 3 jobs at the time.
Right.
And then I can remember laying in bed one morning, my wife looked over at me and she said, "We have some money." Kids have, moved out, She's like, "We actually have some money." And it was like, "All right, let's go to Royal King. Let's go blow it."
Daddy gets that new chicken coop.
Yeah. Well, listen, you talked about, your air fryer or your Instapot. Just the other day, I bought it, the Ninja iFoodie knockoff of their
Yeah.
Instapot,
Yeah.
and it's also a pressure cooker.
Oh, my mother-in-law's got one of those.
All right, so I was dying to try this, and I sent it to Bob. How does KFC signature chicken made? It's
In a
pressure
broiler
cooked.
or pressure cooker.
It's pressure
no.
cooked in grease.
Pressure cooked in grease?
Yes.
Ah.
So I was like, I want to try to pressure cook some chicken in this Instapot thing. So I bought some chicken legs. They were like $3 for 5. I don't even know what the weight was, but I put some breading together and seasoned it in flour, and I did the egg wash and shit. And there's 2 ways you can use this Instapot. I had the lid up, and you can get that grease up. I got up to like 370 degrees and dropped these 5 chicken legs down in it and got them frying and cooking. I don't know if this is going to work, Tony. I'm just winging
Just
it.
trying.
And I'm thinking I may blow myself up. But the lid is open, and I get the initial 2.5 minutes of frying time in this grease. And I see the breading starting to turn golden and getting right. And I put the fucking lid on it and set the timer for 7 minutes. And the pressure has to build first before the timer starts cooking.
Is this thing going to explode, or what's going to happen?
Yeah. And so I'm starting to see a little bit of steam come out. But this fucking machine tells me to add water because it's not getting enough steam to build pressure to hit the plug.
Don't do that.
Because it's grease. It's grease in there. So I'm trying to flick his plug to get it to pop up and hit the sensor so it'll start pressure cooking. Anyways, it never did start the 7-minute counter, but the whole time I know it's running 375 degrees of frying time. So I just look at a secondary timer and it's at 9 minutes, and I cut it off, open it up. I got fried fucking chicken. These chicken legs have doubled in size because it was building up somewhat of some pressure. It was so freaking good. If I can get my seasoning right, I'm not KFC level yet. It was kind of bland on the breading and my seasoning, but I had a shit ton of shit in it.
Yeah, that takes some work.
Yeah, I gotta get my breadings, my seasoning right, my breading. But oh my gosh, it fucking worked. I was afraid I was gonna blow my house up.
I'm afraid to try that. Like, I can't live like that, man. That's too dangerous. I get it. I just can't roll. I'm just not comfortable rolling the dice. I'm a pussy.
Go plug it in. Go put it outside and plug it
I
in.
even
run the extension cord out
I
to
looked
fill
for
the yard.
videos on pressure cooking deep frying. I couldn't find nothing on it. I should
Yeah, I
have
was gonna
filmed
say,
that
run the
fucking shit.
extension cord out into the yard, plug
There might
it
be
in
a
out there, somebody
reason.
explodes it, and it
thinking
explodes.
all that oil and extreme heat just seems like a really wild
But
combo.
that's what Colonel
Yeah.
Sanders, his fucking ass was doing.
But
He's
was
the
it
colonel,
also in
man.
But wasn't it in cast iron?
Uh,
Oh, he had a regular ass pressure cooker pot, like old school, with the tumbler on top going. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, yeah, I got one
Yeah.
of those.
But he was doing that with grease, not water. And it's a limit. I mean, it's so fast. It cooks so quick, under 10 minutes. Fried chicken
Interesting.
in grease.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like, soon as I bought this thing and seen the pressure cooker lid, instantly I thought of, I'm frying chicken.
The colonel ain't got shit on me. I'm doing this myself.
The same day I bought it,
Kentucky!
the same day I did fried chicken.
Okay.
I'm going to get it right. I just got to get my seasoning right.
Well, hey, you keep working on that, and then when you figure out the right
you want to, if you want
process,
suggestions, you let me know. I got
good life insurance. People around me will be well taken care of.
Okay, well, that's good.
But I'm going to cook my ass off.
He wants to get those spices down
a bunch of beer
perfectly,
while I'm
just
frying
like the
chicken.
colonel.
I'd rather slow cook meat and get drunk than fry chicken in 10 minutes and can't drink.
That's true. I mean, well, you can do that too. It's just that you have
gotta
to space it out
watch the
beforehand
fucking
or after, so it works out that way. But
that I was just telling you with your cooking shows and stuff.
So he's just saying, Tony. He's saying he's giving you some more options to look to do in the future.
Oh,
you want to expand into the
if you want to
flying market
by live stream and even fact check the dangers, I'll do it.
It is kind of worth. I mean, if there's no videos on it, and it's
there ain't.
It's kind of out there for the taking.
So
my buddy Roadhouse told me to deep fry this chicken in this air fryer. Let's go.
Rhode Island Red.
Rhode Island Red.
Let's see what happens here. He's rolling the dice here, folks. What's going to happen? Nobody knows.
If somebody can give me a good seasoning profile to start with for breading before I fry it, I'll take it.
Uncle Steve's Shake Competitive Yardbird. I'm telling you.
Fuck.
It's the shit.
Just put it in the comments. I can't remember that shit.
Send him a message with that because he won't remember that at this point here. But
yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
But I am.
I'm telling you right now, he is the one that don't send me. He might throw a couple free bottles in every once in a while, but in my world, you get a lot of free shit. I pay for Uncle Steve's. Like I pay for Uncle Steve's. That's my
free shit. I don't know that term. Free shit. Bob?
Yeah. Sometimes I mean it's what's crazy is like it was really awesome when I first got my first stuff, and now it's like when you get like 180,000 followers, like people just like try to mooch off that, and I want to help as many people as possible. Have some couth about it.
Nobody likes us.
Some people are just like some people are just like just so pushy about it. And it's like, hey man, like whoa.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes, yeah.
I know.
We sit in our world over here.
I feel your pain on the podcast. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well,
it's tough.
I think and I'm going to speak for me and not Bob, but it's a labor of love.
It really is.
And Bob's been doing this for a long time. I've come in late in the game, but I've always been there to help him and support him and to push him. And it's just like, I don't know what I could ask. What can you do for me? I never considered that. It's
right.
I want to see him get over the top, and you know what? He's going to just grab and drag me with him, man.
Just going along.
It's Here's some of my closing statements on the podcasting game, and this is what I'm starting to see because I'm a very observant. Like, what are the trends? What are the trends? What are the trends person? And now that we're like 3 years removed from plague that was COVID or the epidemic or pandemic, whatever the F they want to call it. Everybody's now 3 years removed from it. Everybody's working for 3 years. And now the people that went hard on it during COVID, which was an extreme amount, they're starting to drop. And for those that are established, this is when you have to like really buckle down and be like, look, it's going to be tough, but like you got to really stay at it. Because anytime someone drops out and you're already like halfway up the pecking order, like you're just going to keep moving up and replacing those that don't make it.
Sure.
And eventually, but I literally just had to talk with my co-host. I was like, there's supposedly millions of podcast listeners, millions. I'm like, I just want 10,000. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Give me 1,000.
Well, I didn't ask you. When did you guys start with the podcast? When did you start getting into it? Was it during the COVID times, or were you doing it before?
By myself. There's been an evolution of staff. I'm blessed with 2 amazing co-hosts, John Z, who I call now my COO. I always say I'm going to give you the title, you'll grow into the title, and then I have Damon Kite from South Carolina, who is our productions guru, executive vice president of productions is his official title. But I was like, again, you'll grow into it. But I just wanted to set the structure of the organization. I was like, we're going to have the mindset. We're going to eventually get there. So let's just accept those roles. This is your job. And I started out doing just TikTok lives when I first hit 1,000 followers in like December of 2020 or something, 21 or something like that. And it went from there, got to meet some really cool creators. Then I got into YouTube, found a co-host, and then that co-host didn't work out. Then we got another one. But it's just been an evolution, and now it's like this beautiful live show. And with the following on Instagram and TikTok, we've got to book some pretty cool guests because they're like, oh my God, well, if you have like 180,000 followers, you'll have 180,000 views on. No, it's not true.
No, that's not how it works.
I don't care whenever they agree. Whenever they like, yeah, we'll come on. I'm like, hell yeah, great show.
I'm gonna say, with 12,000 followers, you get a portion of that. I mean, it's like peanuts of.
It's so the conversion rate is enough to make a man drink a lot. And I'm not talking the light beers. I'm talking, give me 16 of those Rye Dunkel bourbon barrel 130.
Then some straight bourbon on top of that.
But no, it's so we're in a point where people aren't able to make it, and the people that have kind of halfway made it, they're not making enough to stick with it, and they're starting to drop out. And anytime that happens, people like us are just moving on up the ladder. So now we're at the point where we just got to keep just rolling on up up the ladder. We'll get there. You guys got a great thing going here, man. This is fun. This is
keep it going, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's totally fun. If it's just, if we're live streaming and it's just Bob and I and one other guy in a comment, it's the same. We're going to do it regardless, even if we're doing it live or if we're doing it just in person. We're just being ourselves and we enjoy it. Bob's been doing Bumwine Bob a lot longer than I've been, I just happen to be tagging along, and I'm just grateful that I'm a part of it. And
and there's enough to go around for everybody. When you make it.
I always say you have to have fun with it, and we always have fun with it, regardless if it's 3 of us or 300 of us watching it. I mean,
if it's work, stop.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You're wasting your time. You're wasting everybody else's time. Like right now, I was hoping to be out here like 20 minutes ago, but here we still are. But
we're still here.
But still gotta go. Like I hear my family clinging to life up here watching the Disney movie, waiting on me to come upstairs. So I really gotta go. But,
so all right, we will. Hey,
I'm sorry.
I
gotta be that guy. I gotta be that guy. But they're 4-6 only once. They're 4-6 once.
Don't blame you. Blame Road. Once Roadhouse gets going on those drinks, it's just
I'm a babbling.
He keeps going on and on. So he'll keep pulling you back in. You want to leave?
I know.
He pulls you back in.
Hey, and he makes me want to drink another 30 beers. I love it.
That's right.
He's like he heard you could drink 15 garage beers, and he's like, Well, let's see it. Let's see him drink all of
We're
it.
going to do it in
looking
in
at
our
6
pod.
empty.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 6 empty beers here, and I'm still just getting warmed up. So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I got 6.
Anytime there's a funeral tomorrow, anytime there's a funeral the next day, though, that's immediately qualifies for an extra 10. So
Well, I hate that for you, but you know what comes with a funeral? Lots of good food.
Yeah, food and more beer.
yeah,
Lots of
And,
fellowship,
lots
of good food, lots of good conversation, lots of good
people
memories.
you haven't seen in a long time, and you find
Yes.
out how many people. Yeah, it's all good. It's all Gucci.
Yeah,
It's all Gucci.
yeah. So, I mean, I got 6 garage beers down over here. So
Look at
that
you.
means
Good job.
I got 6 more in the fridge, waiting for me here. So
Tony,
but
it's
hey,
been my pleasure.
I also drank 6 garage beers during the show. So cheers.
So cheers. Hey, see, and next time we're getting Tony back on here for the Four Loco.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm not doing 6 for locos. I'm not doing 6
no.
Yeah, you're ready.
no.
You're ready.
I could, but I ain't trying to take back shit I didn't steal either. So
Yeah,
Well,
no.
you know.
But hey,
So.
Tony, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time, the extra time to come on here and join us here on the podcast. So you want to, before you sign off here, you want to, plug everything, tell people where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Blow it up.
Not to be a flex or anything, just go to Google, type in the Dude Network, or go to our new Launchly website, thedudenetwork.com, and just look for the blue palette. The brown pallet wood furniture type thing with a black microphone that says the Dude Network. Can't miss us. But yeah, just go to thedudenetwork.com. We just love everybody to subscribe to our podcast. Tune in. A lot of random guests. Sunday nights, we have another foodie show. Those are the 2 you're going to find on the podcast. All kinds of guests on both. And we just try to keep it lighthearted, have a good time, just like on here.
Yeah.
So if you're a friend of this show, you'll probably be a friend of ours too, because it's very like-minded. Yeah.
Yeah. We say this is like the escape, as we say. It's like you come here, you have a good time, you have some drinks. Don't worry about what's going outside these walls out here. So
I want to go up and tell my wife I had a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple. I mean, 6 garage beers is a couple. I mean, these are light, classic.
Yeah. I'm just
light beer, 4%, 95 calories too. So I mean, this is
that's the name of the podcast is Bumming with Bobcat. Do you know what happened? I hit the gutter. Blame it on us. I'll take it. I am a good escape.
Yeah, blame Roadhouse. Just go upstairs and say, "Hey, Roadhouse kept me on
crazy bastard named Roadhouse held me."
Who the
he said,
fuck is Roadhouse?
I'll murder your family if you don't do another 15 minutes. Yeah.
So. Be like, Roadhouse, is that the original, the Patrick Swayze Roadhouse, or the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse? Which one
don't give me that Jake Gyllenhaal version. Jake Gyllenhaal didn't rip out no one's fucking throat.
All 300
Look, Patrick Swayze ripped out that dude's throat. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll save our Roadhouse discussions for the next time.
The got naked was 10 times hotter than the old one.
Oh my gosh!
So,
and I can sit there and get stitches with no anesthesia.
Yeah, and next time we'll drink our Four Loko and we'll all wear our tank tops, so we'll make it.
Yeah, well, I'll show.
This might be the last time. This might be the last time you see me in this. Hang on.
No.
All right, hey, Tony. Thanks, man. Appreciate you taking the time coming on the podcast. Check him out, Tony at the Dude Network. All the stuff they got: the beers, food, sports, you name it. They cover it there. Roadhouse. He's here. He's that guy here. He's got a beer. Be sure to check out Bumwine Bob on the YouTube channel. Smash that subscribe button as we're trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So tell your friends to check us out. Check out the website at bumwinebob.com. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Let's go.
Motherfuckers.